What I wanted to do today was to introduce and instruct you in a guided meditation on a meditation technique that's called body sweep or body scan. So this comes, at least the modern teacher, the modern approach to this is from a Burmese teacher. Uba Kim is or was his name, and this went down. One of his students included Ruth Dennison, who had a retreat center in the desert near Joshua Tree. Ruth was a DVA member, passed away maybe 5-6 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, and also Goenka, S.N. Goenka, who also died maybe 6-7 years ago. He's got centers all over the country, and all you do if you go to a Goenka center, and Carrie knows about this, it's her main area of practice is at Goenka centers. You just do this practice. It's a body sweep, and they do it for every meditation. If you go there, you're going to sit 9 or 10 hours a day if you come to all the meditations, and it's just a systematic sweep of the body. You can do it in a lot of different ways. I'm going to instruct you in the way that I do it. It's not the only way to do it, but it's the way that I do it. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll have feedback and check in after that. This is both a mindfulness practice and a concentration practice. It's mentioned in the texts, the ancient texts, about being a method in furtherance and support of concentration. So, having said that, I invite everyone to close your eyes. Find if you're used to meditating with your eyes open, some Zen practitioners, Tibetans sometimes keep their eyes open, just whatever technique you're used to. But in our tradition, we do eyes closed, so whatever you're comfortable with. Try to find a comfortable position, or as I like to say, a position that's least uncomfortable if you're having pain in the body, uncomfortableness in the body. Just take a moment to come into the present moment. So let's start with the forehead. Moving from left to right on the forehead, notice all sensations. Notice any sensations that arise. Then the top of the head, the crown, from the front left, moving the mindfulness or awareness to the back, left to right, front to back. Just notice anything that appears. Front of the face, starting with the right ear. So you're actually sweeping the mindfulness. You're moving the mindfulness, not visually, but you're just moving it in a felt sense from right to left, from top to bottom, across the face, below the forehead, from the right ear, the right eye, right cheek, right side of the nose, lip, and chin. And as you do this, notice the sensations. The left eye, left side of the nose, left side of the mouth or lips. Continue, left cheek, left ear. Next, the back of the head. Again, from top to bottom, from left to right. Moving your attention or the mindfulness, left to right, top to bottom. You're sweeping the mindfulness across the back of the head. So we're doing this at a bit of faster pace than might otherwise be done. Maybe about a 15-minute meditation, then we'll talk about it. You can do this very slowly, or you can do it much quicker. You can just do this for a minute. When you get to the neck, top of the neck, just bring the attention to the bottom of the chin. And then the neck itself. Starting in the front, moving the attention from left to right, Actually, let's do it counterclockwise. First you'll be moving left and then around. Just notice any and all sensations. The mind wanders, it's okay. Just come back to where we are. Just listen to the next instruction if you're lost in thought. Next, the right shoulder, just below the neck, moving towards the top of the arm. Notice the sensations. Down the right arm, so it's the top of the arm or the outside of the right arm, from the top of the shoulder down towards the right elbow. Notice the right elbow, any sensations there. Sometimes the sensations are subtle, sometimes not so subtle. Maybe pleasant or unpleasant or neutral. Just notice what you can. Down the right arm, lower portion. Next, the right wrist. Up to the right arm pit. And then down the right arm, this time the underside of the right arm. Moving towards the elbow. Notice the sensations. Down the right forearm towards the wrist. What's your experience? Right wrist. And then the palm of the right hand. Notice the sensations. The right thumb, under portion. So this is the inside of the right hand. First the right thumb, and then each of the remaining 4 fingers, one by one. Moving the attention from the palm of the hand towards the top of the finger. One finger at a time. Take in whatever you can in a relaxed but committed, let's say committed intention. Now the back side of the right hand, the opposite of the palm. And then each of the 5 fingers, first the thumb, back side, each of the 4 remaining fingers, one by one. What are the sensations? Back up to the left shoulder, just below the neck, moving the mindfulness or awareness, we can say, towards the arm, towards the upper left arm. And then down the arm, again the upper portion or the outside portion, biceps. Literally sweeping the mindfulness across the body, paying attention to whatever sensations arise. Left elbow, lower portion of the left arm, again outside or top portion. When you get to the wrist, please return to the left arm pit. Moving down the left arm, inner portion or under portion of the arm. Notice what you can. Some sensations are pleasant, some are unpleasant, some are neutral. Continuing down the forearm, left forearm, towards the wrist. Left wrist. Next, the palm of the left hand. Notice the sensations. Left thumb, palm side, and then each of the four fingers, just like we did with the right hand, one by one. Notice your experience. Back side of the left hand, opposite of the palm. And the left thumb, the nail side of the left thumb. And then when you're ready, each of the four fingers, one by one, on the nail side of the hand. Notice the sensations. Now we're returning up to the torso, just below the neck, the chest and stomach side, from left to right, from top to bottom. Sweep the mindfulness down the front of the torso. Take in whatever you can. Notice the sensations. Strong ones, weak ones, pleasant ones, unpleasant ones. As you finish that, bring the mindfulness to the back, just below the shoulders again, left to right, top to bottom, sweeping the mindfulness across the back. In the pelvic area, starting with the left hip, we're going to go counterclockwise, sweeping the mindfulness. Left buttocks, right buttocks, right hip, across the front of the pelvic area. Notice whatever arises, paying attention to the body sensations. They come and go, they arise and they pass. Next, the right leg, so the thigh or quad, quadricep area, moving the mindfulness down towards the knee. Notice the sensations. Right kneecap, lower portion of the right leg, shin, right ankle, back up to the top of the right leg, hamstrings, so going down the underside or backside of the right leg towards the knee area. What's your experience? What are the sensations? Down the lower portion of the right leg towards the ankle. Sweeping the mindfulness. Take in as much as you can. Right ankle. The bottom of the right foot, starting with the heel. The sole. Sensations changing moment by moment. And each of the 5 toes, one by one, starting with the big toe, moving towards the little toe. Next, the top portion of the right foot, just below the ankle. And again, as we did before, each of the 5 toes, big toe first, one toe at a time. Notice the sensations. Returning to the top of the left leg, just the quad area. Moving just below the left hip, moving down, sweeping the mindfulness towards the left knee cap. What's your experience? Feel the sensations. Left kneecap, down the lower portion of the left leg, shin area. Left ankle, returning to the top of the left leg, hamstring, moving, sweeping the mindfulness towards the knee as we move down the left leg. Notice what's there, what arises, what presents itself. Down the lower portion of the left leg, calf area. The left ankle. Left heel. Next, the sole. And when you're ready, each of the 4 toes, one by one. Bottom of the foot, side away from the nail. Big toe first. Top of the left foot, just below the ankle. And then each of the toes on the nail side, taking in the nail on each of the toes, one by one. You can gently open your eyes. I left my bell in the other room, so you won't be serenaded by 3 rings today. So I'd love to hear from you. So this is a kind of a staple meditation in Vipassana Theravada Buddhism. Widespread, it's done all over the world, and it's, as I mentioned, both a mindfulness practice and also concentration practice. Mentioned